So the Springboks have just announced their final lineup of 2025. This side taking on the Welsh this weekend at the Principality Stadium. And overall, with all the concern around selections, this is a bloody good side. It's been put together of the players remaining in the Springboks camp. A couple Japanese players still sticking around for this contest. But I feel like there was so much talk about what are the Springboks going to do this week. They're going to field a good team, and they're going to do very well up against this Welsh side. But jumping into it, in the front row, it is Gerhard Stennekamp alongside Johan Rubbelaar and Wilco Low. Three men who have been making their way more so off of the bench for the Springboks rather than in the starting lineup. But all three players, they do represent the Bulls. They'll be dominating scrum time, the Springboks, in all their games. And this matchup here up against the Welsh, it will be no different whatsoever. In the locking duo, Jean Klein, he is still with the side. He does play for Munster in the URC, but he was able to stay with the Springboks camp, and he partners with Rua Nokia in that locking duo. Nokia has been one of the standout locks for the Springboks all throughout 2025. Him and Jean Klein, it's going to be a dangerous duo, and with what we saw from Johan Rubbelaar in his first start for the Springboks in quite some time, he will be able to handle those lineouts very well, and perhaps a couple line-out steals for Nokia. Here as well in the loose forward trio, it is Sia Kolisi as that number 6. He is also the captain for this matchup. Number 7, Franco Mostert. So we have seen him dabbling in that number 7 jersey throughout this season. It is not unheard of from Rasi. Some a little bit surprised that we didn't see Ben Jason Dixon get himself the start in this contest. But Franco Mostert, he has been in some great form. So more than likely, we'll have a great day in that number 7 jersey. Number 8, Jasper Vesa, one of the Japanese players who was with the side. Now, there were a couple hints released from the Springboks social media. We did see Jasper Vesa as well as Kwaka Smith making their way off the plane in Cardiff. So that told us that they were sticking with the squad just that little bit longer. And Vesa here, just like every other matchup, he is going to be a very physical type of individual. So yes, there are many changes compared to a regular Springbok 4-pack, but it's still a very good one taken to the field for this matchup. Moving on to the backline, Morne van den Berg gets himself the start as the number 9. Now, I thought we may have seen Kobus Reinach starting as the 9 here, mainly because it is his 50th test match, but instead he will be the lone back, making his way off of the bench. In the 10 jersey, it is Sasha Feinberg Ngome Zulu. So again, giving the youngster another chance in that starting jersey. Now, him and Reinach have been a combination that Rasi has been using throughout 2025. He's been working in duos, and normally Morne van den Berg would be alongside Andre Pollard, but he is back playing for the Bulls this weekend, so that means that that wasn't an option. So mixing and matching a little bit here, and that's somewhere that I'm very curious to see how it goes for Morne van den Berg and Sasha. In this match, out on the left wing, it is Kanan Moody, so he has been playing a little bit of wing, little bit of centre, pretty much wherever he's needed, and in this case, the left wing. It's the option that they have gone with. Andre Esterhuizen, he will be playing the 12 with Damien Dialendi as the 13. So two guys who predominantly play as an inside centre. Although with Andre Esterhuizen all throughout the season, he has been playing absolutely anywhere that he is required. He can play in that loose forward trio if the Springboks somehow had 5 injuries in this matchup. I think they've got plenty of cover, but worst comes to worst, you have still got Andre Esterhuizen as the option there. But Damien Dialendi, he is playing at number 13, something that we don't see him do too often, as normally Jesse Creel would be on his outside. But in this case, a little bit of a reshuffle, but it's not going to hurt the Boks, I don't think. In this match, number 14, Ethan Hooker. And the biggest surprise for me in this lineup is the fact that Hooker isn't playing on the left wing, Moody playing on the right. That is something that normally we would see from the Springboks, but instead matching them up the other way around. Maybe that is something to do with this Welsh side that has already been selected. But overall, once again, two very informed young players, both trying to make their mark. Ethan Hooker, he was nominated for Breakthrough Player of the Year for good reason as well. He has been a very strong talent in the Springbok side. And then Kanan Moody, he's been classy, he's been solid under the high ball, he's got a lot of try-scoring ability too. Number 15, Damien Valimza. That man has been phenomenal throughout the November internationals as well as the back end of the Rugby Championship. His defensive reads as of late have been absolutely incredible and thoroughly deserves that 15 jersey for this matchup as well. Moving on to the bench, it's a 7-1 split per se, depending on whereabouts we see Kwaka Smith make his way onto the field. But in the front row, it is Bongyum Manambi as the 16, Zachary Porthen. He slots in as the 17 here. And then number 18, it is Azanati Klabakanye. So in a way, you could say two tight head props. You'd assume that one of those two is going to transition over to the loose head. Untatuku Machuno, I believe he was training with the squad, so a bit of a surprise not to see his name there, but I think it comes down to Rasi wanting to give Zachary Porthen a little bit more of a chance throughout these November internationals, as well as Klabakanye, he got called into the side, so I think that Rasi's just trying to give him some sort of minutes in that regard as well. Number 19, Eben Etzebev, a hugely experienced player to have, making his way off the bench at 19, Marco van Staden at number 20, Ben Jason Dixon at number 21, Kwaka Smith 22, and then Kobus Reinach for his 50th test match. He does get that opportunity as the number 23. So when you look through at the Springbok side, I believe Untatuku Machunu, he is one man that misses out. They did have a squad of 24 or 25, so I feel like there's one more guy. And in my head, I can't think of who it is that's been left out. So if anyone does know who's that extra guy in the squad that isn't getting an opportunity here, do let me know in the comments down below. But like I said, there's been so much, in some regards, panic throughout this week, but there was absolutely no need for it. The Springbok side is stacked. They're up against the Welsh side that is also going to be slightly depleted because of the players that they have got absent from their squad now. So overall, I'm still predicting a big Springboks win. Should be an outstanding game and some really interesting combinations that will once again show off that depth that the Springboks and Rasi have been able to build. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all for the next one.